A lot of y'all on the channel have been asking about a new Algorand price prediction and analysis. And on today's video, we're gonna dive into some of the new fundamental updates and finish the video off with a price analysis and fundamental discussion on what I think Algorand can do in terms of price related to the broader market dependent upon an alt season. Before we begin, let's watch this clip from the CEO of the Algorand Foundation talking about one of their massive ecosystem projects that is building in Afghanistan.
But we were able to partner with banks and regulators and say, with Hasab Pay, it's not an Algorand company, it's built on Algorand, but they're their own company, of course. And they say, look, we can show you where the money is going because this is on Algorand. So they sort of, in a backdoor way, showed the value of being on a blockchain because they had this transparency.
All right, y'all, that was Stacy Warden breaking down the possibilities that you can do with blockchain and how Hasab Pay is making it all happen. And with the UN payments, the funding, everything that's happening on the blockchain can be replicated throughout the United States and throughout the world with this technology that is the Algorand blockchain. So it's really cool, y'all. So check this out before we get to the technical analysis. Pay anyone, anywhere, anytime, Hasab Pay. So Hasab Pay is operating in Afghanistan, and it will be moving into countries like Syria and Lebanon and more countries throughout the world to help with payment infrastructure. A lot of these countries outside of the West don't have the same ability to pay bills, to transfer money, to just have a Western, like United States, like payment infrastructure. So Hasab Pay is doing that, and they are powered by the Algorand Foundation. Now, the other big news was Algorand has been added as a partner for Google Cloud Text Agent Protocol, right? Agent Payment Protocol. I did a great breakdown of this on my last video where I talk about this update plus the new Algorand CTO. Make sure y'all check this huge announcement out. And then finally, we have Algorand. The CMO, Mark, who's been with the Algorand Foundation for about a year and a half now, he has been, in my opinion, doing very well in terms of marketing compared to the last 4 years that I've been covering this blockchain. So I think the visibility is great. He's responsible and took part in negotiating that Google payments deal. He used to work for Google with the Android department, and now he's pushing Algorand right now. And they're doing giveaways as you complete Quest in this 13-week campaign. So make sure y'all check it out. So let's get to what y'all really came for. Y'all came for the technical analysis, and I'm going to break it down starting with the weekly chart. Here we are. So we'll zoom out a little bit. This was the peak of the last year. It was in December of 2024. Algorand hit about 60 cents. So we got a trend line starting from 60 cents. And then the trend line goes down to 33 cents, which was the peak this summer in July of 2025. Now, this is the structure that we are looking at. And dependent on an alt season. What is an alt season? That is when crypto goes parabolic. We get new all-time highs in Bitcoin. We get even more in Ethereum. The money and liquidity flows to smaller caps, and it flows where essentially a coin can go 100, 200, 300% in a matter of days. And that's what we want to see in the crypto. But once that does happen, you usually get a bust. So you go boom, bust. Everyone's in euphoria. They're throwing money everywhere, and this is what propels the prices. And then you get a crash, slow bleed, and a denial. So that's what we're looking for, and that's when you want to take profits. So if that happens, I'm thinking Algorand will go crazy. But looking at the price action for where it's at right now, Algorand has established a solid base around 16 cents, right? We'll slide this line up to about 16 cents. That's where that last wick went to. And this was during the Trump tweet that happened on October 10th, a Friday afternoon. So Algorand has wicked down just like many other cryptos. It came back a little bit, right? So it still has to break through this trend line. If it breaks through this trend line, that's at least being above 20 cents. But the real key is this level right here. We need Algorand to enter the bull market on the weekly chart, not just the daily, but the weekly chart. And that's what you get at 29 cents. So Algorand needs to get above essentially 30 cents to make some of these goals happen that people have, which is parabolic price action, right? Then the next level, this line I drew here, is at 50 cents. So the psychological levels, 30 cents, 50 cents. And then once you can get past these levels, and what my prediction is up here, $1. That's what I'm saying. If we can get the alt season, the liquidity flows properly, by end of year in this next 2.5 months, Algorand should be able to 5x from here and hit $1. That wouldn't be insane. Now let's go to the daily chart. The daily chart is even more clear of a picture. Algorand needs to hit 22, 21 cents, as I just said, on the daily chart to be back in a nice solid bull market on the daily. Then you got the same levels here. This is liquidity being added up. And as I zoom out, the next level of liquidity is around here. And that's why I say it needs to break 50 cents. Breaking each level allows it to go up to the next level. Buyers want to see positive price action. So my thesis stays the same, y'all. It stays the same. And that last big level of $1 liquidity happened in 2022. So we're about 3 years off and we are due for some action. So my price prediction and analysis is the same. First level, to repeat, needs to get past the 20 cent level to get back in the action of a bull market on the daily chart. Then 30 cents is the level that will define if a lot of people are in profit or not in profit. Psychologically, that's a 30 cent range. And then the next psychological level is 50 cents. And once we hit 50, I don't think it'll be hard to double to $1 to finish the year. Let me know what y'all think about these price analysis. Let me know what you think about all the recent updates with Algorand. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, share it with a friend. Until the next time, y'all, peace.
Passive income, gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.